Welcome to another video, guys. Before we get started, I just want to thank all the subscribers for helping us reach our target of 500. Now the channel is pushing it. We're on our way to 1,000. So thank you, guys. Without wasting your time, let's get started.
The minute you see yourself being taken to court for child maintenance, you must know you have failed as a man. You must know you are weak, you have no morals, you lack guidance, you have no structure, and you come from a weak family as well.
Really?
We can say the same thing about single mothers. If they come from a family with good values and they have a child out of wedlock without being married, then they're also exactly as you described. So yeah, it goes both ways.
Because which mother will allow their child not to raise their grandkids?
A few moments later.
A mother from Pretoria has been sentenced to 12 months in jail for refusing to give her former partner access to their child. The High Court in Pretoria found that the woman was in contempt of two court orders made by the same court in 2021 and 2022. The judge presiding over this case found that the mother has deliberately disobeyed the court from the beginning of this matter in August 2021.
Got him. We fucking got him.
These cases happen more often than you think. Luckily, this one was recorded. This shows what a vindictive woman can do, especially when they weaponize the child against the father. In most cases, the father wants to be involved, but it's the mother that's the problem.
Saying, Ayinyazini is about offended, but if you find yourself as a fully fledged man, working, having everything in order, but being taken for child maintenance, you have failed as a normal person in the society. You are not normal. Upstairs, you are sick in the head.
Facts over emotions, my sister. Vindictive women are the problem, not child support. You said it yourself. If this man is working, have a great job and a great pay, it doesn't make sense why not to support his child. So the only reason that he would not is because of that vindictive mother. Not all men are deadbeats, guys. Come on, I know they like to paint us like Yamuna, we are deadbeats. We don't like to take care of our kids. Some of us are really in situations where we can't afford to. But those who can really do a great job, and they have to deal with vindictive women. That's my word of the day today. Vindictive women.
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
Izomthola-ke umnikazi le uzokungithukala kuma-comments, but that's the truth, guys.
I mean, how do you, in the middle of a national crisis like the one we are having,
listen, comrades.
You actually have to hear this to believe it. So in law, right, where a child's parent has to pay child maintenance,
Okay.
and they don't, the other parent who has custody of the child or who's the caregiver of the child has the right to approach the courts and ask for maintenance to be paid. And if they insist, then the court can garnish the other parent's salary. That is to say, they give the employer an order to say, deduct this amount of money and give it to the other parent so that they are forced to take care of that child.
You do find those situations where child support is garnished from the payslip. And in most cases, the guy is a deadbeat. But in some cases, this guy can't manage money properly. He's impulsive, he likes to spend. I don't want to say he drives a Polo, maybe, but then yeah, that person, I'm not saying he doesn't take care of the child, but I want to say he doesn't find time to take care of the child. I don't know, but yeah, it does happen.
Like by the time they get that pay, the amount is already deducted from the salary. There are parents who have had a garnishee order made against them, And even then, they opt to quit their jobs.
What?
I'm very disappointed and in disgrace.
Not to constantly hate on women, but it does happen. I've seen a case in America where a woman was getting paid $120,000 a year, but she was paying alimony and child support, and she chose to quit her job and work at McDonald's, where she was getting $30,000 a year. So mind you, dog, from 120,000 to 30,000, just so she cannot pay alimony and child support to the ex-husband. So this is what I'm talking about. Vindictive.
Jeds, thank you so much for tuning in. And I don't know if you guys are aware of this. I know Penuel is a very intelligent, well-informed guy. On the radio this past week, we're talking about the new South African laws that are going to be enforced from now on moving forward.
What do you mean by that?
And the laws say if you do not support your child, they're now going to be going after your estate, they'll be going after your assets, and they're going to attach. And that's the government. Have you heard of that? And what is your take?
So I haven't heard the changing of the laws, but my understanding of
I wouldn't say changing, maybe enhancement or something.
Okay.
And they're going to enforce those
maybe
laws.
more enforcement.
Yeah.
There's another story that came out, man, and I'm gonna make a video about this personally on a podcast platform. There was a gent who was arrested for not failing to provide for the kids. He was providing. He failed to provide according to agreement. So the guy's a businessman. Anyone who knows business is up and down. Sometimes you can have a successful business, but invoices haven't been paid. 3 children. He was providing 22,000 Rand a month for the 3 kids. The agreement, the maintenance order said he must provide 60,000. So because of that, they arrested him. And his appeal was, I have to run my business, otherwise I can't provide.
The mining guy, right?
I think the mining guy, yeah.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, we'll make an arrangement where we'll arrest you on weekends until you finish your 30 days.
And let you go Monday morning.
And we'll arrest you on Friday and let you go Monday morning.
How did this, what's happening right now?
So because we want to send a message out there.
Monday,
sure.
At this point, it's not even about money. It's a personal grudge she has against this guy. So now, she's using the kid, weaponizing the kid, because 30,000 is enough for 2 kids. Way more than enough for 2 kids.
No way, boy.
If, as a father, you say, for whatever reason, I cannot afford to pay maintenance, and let's say, for argument's sake, you have a child out of wedlock.
Yeah.
By law, if you are married in communal property, the mother of the child can actually take your wife to maintenance court.
Slow down again?
I don't know why they are shocked. It's the same as a stepfather. If you marry a single mother, you as a stepfather are obligated financially to take care of that kid.
Hypothetically, let's say your husband has a child out of wedlock.
Yes.
And he then claims at the maintenance court that he cannot afford or he is unemployed. The maintenance court can issue an order. They can actually attach your wife's salary if you are married in communal property. In fact, they can go further than that. They can go They can go as far as attaching the grandmother's SASSA grant. The long arm of the law will go to as far as attaching the grandmother's SASSA for the upkeep of the child. Because you can't be driving around with a car, with a cooler bag full of expensive alcohol, yet Wana doesn't have uniform and you're not paying school fees. The interest of the child must be prioritized.
Yeah, this is crazy, guys. Imagine your own grandmother on child support, and you're living with her, and now she's paying for your child. Come on, guys. And this is true. In most cases, the parents can't afford to pay for the child. So now, someone orders the grain. I don't know who goes to the court to force. Maybe it's the parents of that child, they go to court and order the granny to pay because, imagine.
According to South African law, is there a legal obligation on a grandparent to support their grandchild? What do you think?
No, because that's not my child.
I have news for you. In terms of South African law, if the parents are unable to support the child, the responsibility comes to you as a grandparent.
What?
Exactly.
So please, quick in a hurry.
Meanwhile,
court orders husband to pay maintenance for a stepchild. Paying maintenance for a stepchild. Yo, imagine marrying someone with a child and you guys divorce and you end up paying maintenance for a stepchild. A child that's not even yours. This law is not fair. Whatever law this is, I disagree.
Good job, my brother. We rocking with you.
Take a look at how difficult it is for women to get maintenance for their children from their fathers. Women say the courts are unfriendly towards them and often side with the man.
Since when did the courts decide to side with the man? Which means they saw something wrong with the mother. And they saw something because most of the times courts like to favor the mother more than the man.
Magistrates and staff dealing with these cases are unsympathetic, they say. Aisha Ishmael reports that there are 56 maintenance courts in the Western Cape and only 19 maintenance investigators.
According to law, both parents must pay for their children's upbringing. However, respective payments depend on how much each parent earns.
And people like to forget that point. It's based on how much a person is paid, not on, hey, Muna, the child needs this or the other. No, it's based on how much I get paid.
And there is where the problem lies.
I've decided to zoom in on maintenance because I think that while everybody is talking about women abuse, nobody is focusing on maintenance, which is a major source of economic abuse.
Aibo, since when was child support part of economic abuse? That's for the child, baby. For the child, not for you.
Where does the best interest of the child comes in place when we have to wait 6 months before it even gets to a court? Because the maintenance officer didn't even bother to look through this.
Trust me, ask me, and see me next year.
With my personal experience, I've been coming to court for about 25 years for my daughter.
You see what I'm talking about? 25 years she's been coming here. How old is her daughter by now? I'm sure she's past 18 for sure. She's 25 years old, but the daughter is not working. Come on, guys. Yo.
And it's always a negative. You always feel like the victim. It's a constant battle because it's a misogynistic environment.
Yeah, you can tell that one is a feminist. Hey, the way she was searching for that word misogynistic, in her mind she was searching. But then if she's a feminist, why is she asking for a man's money? Asking a man for help. Why is she doing that? No, Baba.
That's why I'm funny, because I'm a happy person. I laugh all day long.
Okay, so if a person receiving a child's maintenance happens to abuse the maintenance contribution from the contributing party, what can the aggrieved party or the court do in such cases?
And I'm going to refer back to my experience.
Yeah.
Same thing happened. We just requested that the contributions be provided directly to the supplier, so the school, and then anything to do with groceries should be given in the form of vouchers.
Right. Hey. That's like that, please.
So vouchers being Pick and Pay, Checkers vouchers, and because yes, you know, the client on the other side was using the money for, you know, should go out, should live her best life on the maintenance, you know, should get her hair done. She, you know, she was, you know, and then Kamo Wana suffering, and it was evident. The child was not eating. You could see the child was a bit malnourished. And then the father, the father's like, what's going on? You're always slayed up. You're waiting. What are you doing with the money? And funny enough, that's when the woman will come and say, no, I want more, because you can see he's doing this. But I mean, again, cost discretion will come and say, but what are you doing with the money? How are you using it?
And we know this story. It happens more often than you think. But then it's not all women. But it's the majority of vindictive women that fall under that category.
I advise, especially men, but women as well, do not send money blindly. If you can, get involved with the school, build relationships with the teachers, etc., and pay directly into the school so that they know. If you can, if your child is old enough, give the child physical money. Or tell them, I've paid your fees. Let the child know, my dad pays. Because you might find that you're paying, but the child's like, but my mom pays fees. Like, no, I'm paying. Buy your child clothing. Go with them to the shops and buy them. They'll be like, my father bought me this. Go with them to the shops to buy groceries. If you're not going to the shops, have it delivered. Maybe with a note. Love your dad. People need to know that my father goes shopping with me. My father's bought me this thing. My father paid. Because a lot of people out there, because men just EFT or send e-wallets, children are like, but my mom's like, no, it's your father. But because he doesn't communicate for whatever reason, maybe the mom has cut access. In your head, your mom does everything, and that is wrong.
Full of play. Full of play. That's how I'm getting. South Africa, South Africa. I shall have 10,000 pounds just to thank you. If I were Chinese, I'd say oh dear. If I were Danish, I'd say mangatat. If I were Italian, I'd say grazia. If I were Kenyan, I'd say ashanta. If I were Nigerian, I'd say eshe pupo. If I were Zulu, I'd say ingia bonga. If I were Sutu, I'd say kealiboha. If I were deaf, I'd say, but since I am who I am, and I got what I got, and I feel what I feel, I'll just say thank you, praise your name, amen.